Yo, it's just a Black podcast, episode 51. This is Jordan. This is Josiah.
What's
and
up?
We got a special guest again, all the way from Detroit, Michigan.
Woo!
Jenaé Hope, what's up?
Hey, y'all.
Appreciate you getting on. I was at TSU with Jenaé Hope, and it's crazy. Before we got on the podcast, I was telling Jenaé, Josiah, like the scheduling is like the most challenging part about this. And I've been trying to get Hope on for like the longest time, ever since her show dropped on YouTube. So Jenaé Hope created a show called Soul Ties. It's on YouTube. It's running numbers right now. A lot of people are watching it and enjoying it. So I've been trying to get her on since it dropped. But now, since it's got a little buzz, it's actually perfect to kind of get you on in the middle of things. So how's things been on your end?
They've been good. They've been busy. Things haven't stopped since, I want to say, the crowdfunding campaign for Soul Ties.
I remember that.
Everything has just been constant ever since, but a good constant, like productive.
Okay, that's good. So before we get to that, I want to get into the Detroit ties, because Josiah lives in Dearborn right now.
Woo!
Yeah, and then I was like, hold on, let me start with the Detroit ties.
But y'all are from Indianapolis?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, what are you doing in Dearborn?
I'm working for Ford.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they hired me out of grad school. So
Okay, my brother works for Ford. My dad retired from Ford. Lots of roots with Ford.
Is your brother still in Michigan? Justin,
No,
right?
he's actually in Chicago. Yeah, Justin.
Oh, okay. Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Chicago.
He's in Chicago now, so not too far.
Okay. So what does your brother do for Ford? Just trying to make a Josiah.
He's in supply chain management.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He works at the plant up. I know there's a Chicago plant, or he's working remote.
Yes, he works at the plant. Some days
Okay.
he can do remote, but for the most part, he's there. He's on site.
Word. That's what's up. Josiah, you had a Detroit question for tonight?
Yeah, like you have any soul food restaurants recommendations?
Oh my goodness, yes. So have you ever been to Beans and Cornbread off Northwestern Highway?
No, I've never heard of that.
You got to get over there. Beans and cornbread is like
cornbread.
a staple. Yes.
Staple.
And then, if I'm honest, I've been outside of the D for a minute, so a lot has changed. But MGM is really known for a lot of great restaurants as well. Greek Town, you gotta go downtown. That's expanding. I'm sure by now you know that.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. So you're in California right now. Do you go back to Detroit or Michigan area often, or you stay and put out west? Yeah.
I don't. I always feel like my family kind of occupies several corners of the U.S. I'm in LA. My mama's in Detroit. At one point, Jay was in Florida. My dad was in Chicago. So we've all kind of been spread out. So we somewhat rotate for the holidays. Like, where are we gonna go?
Oh,
that's good. Yeah, our family does sort of the type of thing. Josiah's in Detroit. I'm here in Nashville. My other two brothers are in Indy with my parents and my nephews and stuff. So, I get it. So, talk about your journey from TSU to California, I guess. Because what did you study at TSU? Were you a comm major?
I was a comm major.
Right.
More specifically, theater.
Okay.
That was my, what do you call it? When it's like your focus.
Your niche, like a concentration.
Like concentration.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. Yeah.
Concentration with
college
theater.
language.
Yes, exactly. So far removed at this point. But so I did a lot of plays while I was there. I actually started off as a speech pathology major.
Right.
Oh.
And it was kicking my ass.
Yeah.
I just was not really doing well in those classes. And then I had a conversation with my dad, and he was like, you've been doing the arts your entire life. Why would you get to college and try to switch? Like, why don't you just, stay the course? And I'm like, okay, so I ended up switching majors and just got into as much theater as I possibly could. Some through the actual theater program, some through like some of the indie things that were going on there that were still like plays and stuff like that. And so once I graduated from TSU, I went straight to New York, and I was there for 2.5 years.
You was there in New York.
I was in New York, and I thought I was gonna do Broadway, and then I got out there and realized how much I hated it. I was like, oh, it's cold here. I didn't like that process, And I took an on-camera class there. And then I realized that again, my concentration was in the wrong area. It was in theater at one point. And then once I got out into the real world, the real entertainment industry of it all, I realized that I really wanted to do on-camera work, which then led to my migration to LA. And I've been here 7 years.
7 years. Okay,
7 years.
so you in LA, you got Soul Ties right now, but like what led to that? Like, did you have to like go through something, be like, yo, I'm about to make my own show because these other shows are not what you think, or they not it, or like how did you get to like, I'm about to just create my own stuff, bro, and put it on the tube?
Well, when I first got here, I was like, which most of us do, you'll find if you talk to a lot of actors out here, you start off as an actor. You're like, I just want to act, I want to be in front, blah, blah, blah. And as you go on, you realize that the cream of the crop is really behind the camera, and you being able to create the content, you being able to hold on to your IP, have some stake and some skin in the game. And so over time, I was kind of learning that I had a very stressful process with auditioning. And I don't want to say that that's just curated to me. We all go through it, and it's survival of the fittest in the realm of auditioning, and it can get to be a little bit redundant. Now, I knew I always had plans to expand into producing and to expand into writing. I thought that it would go acting first, blow up there, and then expand into writing and producing. But then as my journey continued, it turned more so into, oh no, you have to write first, produce your stuff, act in it, and go from there, which over the years, as we know, has been getting more and more popular as
a lot more people been getting known that way.
The Issa Raes, the Michaela Coles, the Quinta Bryant, you know. So it's not a new territory, but I do understand why it's not for everybody, because it is challenging, and you kind of have to be able to work both sides of your brain. The creative side and the intellectual side, because there's so much business, you know, that is also paired with it. But that's pretty much how I got to that point, to the point that I'm at now, starting off as an actress, just kind of going round and round in circles, figuring out that I need to create my own content. And then on top of that, the respect that comes with creating your own content. It is so different than what you're up against as an actor, especially here where actors come a dime a dozen, you know, but not everybody is able to have an idea and then bring it into fruition and put it out for the world to actually see it. You know, kind of like what you guys are doing right now with your podcast. There's so many people that have this idea, like, I want to have a podcast, but to actually go get the equipment, go vet who you're going to have these conversations with, and then release it. It's a thing, you know.
No, it's a thing for sure. No, you're right. And it's, you know, you at the same time, you're still trying to grow too, because we want to get to a level where the podcast is at a different quality of level. And then I know, like, you, like, with your production life, like, that's you trying to get to the next level. Josiah, you go ahead.
So when you want to create a web series, what made you want to go into YouTube? Was it just the barrier of entry was just, I guess, easier to get into?
It's free too.
It's free. It's several things, right? Like, one, I was a web series connoisseur. Like,
oh, really?
You name it. I love the niche of web series. It's very specific, and there is a cult following for people who just watch web series.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, for real.
On YouTube. And one, it's easy to do. You don't need anybody's permission. You don't have to go through rounds of interviews or anything like that to make it happen. So that's one obstacle that's out your way. On top of that, monetization, right? When you're trying to build your own company or whatever from the ground up, you need income to make that thing run the way you need it to run, so you can eventually, you know, outsource different things that when we're first starting, we do all of it ourselves. We do all the editing and all the adding of the music and blah, 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 right? Well, on YouTube does provide an opportunity for monetization. So that was also a key element too. Like, okay, I want to be in control of the type of content that I put out, but I also want to put it somewhere where I can see a direct financial impact once I meet, whatever the requirements are to be monetized and be able to keep going, so that even once I get to a level or a stature where I'm on network platforms or something like that, I can give indie artists an opportunity to get on my platform or on YouTube and at least have their visibility so that they can then branch off. So I'm trying to build the YouTube, element up and just kind of keep going from there. Issa Rae does that too. She has her own YouTube thing where she has like short films and some web series that she still showcases there that are new and they're coming out, yearly. And if you're a web series person, you know that. You know what I mean? Like you're looking for it and it's there. And she's got like 700,000 followers. So she is like able to reach bodies of people through HBO and bodies of people through her YouTube.
Yeah, two different audiences. Yeah, that's what's up though. Yeah, it's cool that she stayed there too instead of like almost
she could have been
goodbye,
like,
YouTube.
Like, man, I'm gonna just be on HBO. Man.
Sorry, right? She got 2 HBO shows now. She got movies. She behind the scenes. Yeah, she could have said bye.
A record label. She got a lot, but she's smart. That's a media mogul. That's budding in front of our eyes because she has her hands and everything.
Yeah, to your point too. Like I'm sure she's making plenty of money off YouTube. So.
Like, come on,
so that's be going crazy, and people just be giving money, like just watching it live too. So, yeah, y'all, you definitely on a good path. So, tell me where the story came from. So, I mean, we all know about the theme or the meaning behind Soul Ties. So we've heard it before, but kind of tell me like the idea is there, but tell me how did you like kind of narrow it down to like a story about your character and your 2 friends and like kind of like what the guys are going through in season 1.
Yeah, it's so interesting because they say like when you start filming your own content, you need to start with what you know. And so I started with what I knew. I had just gotten out of like an on again, off again situation that lasted almost a decade, long time. And it was just so hard for us to be apart. We were always finding our way back to each other. And my mother had explained to me, like, I remember we got to a certain part in our relationship where it was just no longer fruitful. And my mother had explained to me that I was gonna have to decide to get off the ride, and she explained that I wasn't just experiencing love from a surface level, it was like a spiritual entanglement that we had gotten ourselves into. And so that sent me down this rabbit hole of like, what exactly is a soul tie? And again, a soul tie is just a spiritual bond between 2 people who have been deeply intimate, and it doesn't just mean physical, it can mean on the emotional side too. Which means that we can have bonds like this with our friends, with our family, XYZ, right? So as I continue to do my research on what that type of spiritual bond was, I would talk to like have these powwows with my girlfriends, and all of us had like one person. It's like this one person that you would let spin the block, or you gonna spin the block for. Like it does not
it's something
matter.
that everybody can relate to for real though.
It don't matter the time, it don't matter the circumstance that you're in. You'll take that call, you know what I mean? Or even if you don't take the call, you're still kind of behind the scenes peeping what that person is doing, still always kind of tied to them. And so, because that was my very own experience, and I was having these conversations with my girlfriends, I was like, this is what I'm going to write my series about. I'm going to write it about spiritual bonds. And the series covers 3 different types of soul ties. There is entanglement, the love addict, and then the trauma bond. And so, because there's 3 girls that the story centers around, each one of them possessed that type of soul tie. So that's how the concept kind of was birthed.
That's what's up. Kind of like talk about like, I guess like you did mention like with your mom giving you like some kind of encouragement or pointers or where to go with your path in those situations. Did you kind of use those things to like put into the story? Because I noticed on episode 6, it's like a deep powwow, like talk woman to woman type of thing. But then like in episode 2, it's something different, like where you say like you kind of do anything for bro. Like you had the dream about bro, then he came up at the end of the episode. So kind of like how did you like how did you like narrow it down for the story? But then like what happened in your real life or in other people's lives, but how did you narrow it
Yeah.
down? It's like, here's what we're gonna do for the story and how to, and it's for the story and not so much for anything else outside of it.
Well, I narrowed it down. Well, when you're using anything from your life, you have to be careful not to divulge too much because it's
Correct.
not just
Yeah.
your story. It,
Mm-hmm.
involves somebody else. And so that was an element of like picking things apart that I felt like would be relatable, but not damaging
Yeah.
to real life circumstances that I knew of that I was pulling from, not just my own, but others as well. And then on top of that, I wrote majority of the season, and then I partnered with two other women,
Yeah.
Janice,
Shout out to Jamise.
Janice Young, and then another woman named Victoria Sharp, and we started a
Did
writers
she go to
room.
TSU too?
No, but she's really
Okay.
close friends with Tam. I don't know if you know
Oh
Tam.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's her best friend,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. All right.
So I met Victoria in New York, and
Mhm.
we both happened to be out here. So I had asked them. Janice had already done a web series. Victoria had already done a web series. So I asked them
Oh,
to
that's
join the
cool.
writers room in
Yeah.
with my web series. And so we went through episode by episode, what works, what doesn't work, what's missing, that
Mm.
type of thing. Just building out the perspective of a soul tie from the woman's point of view and how watching them navigate through that. And they also were using some of their life experiences too to help like flesh out certain areas.
Right.
So it was really like a meeting of three brains to narrow
Mhm.
things down and build things up as well.
Just you got it.
How did you decide who's going to be in the show? I've always wanted
Good
to
question.
figure that out. For in
How
terms
did
of
I
the
decide
casting,
what?
yeah, for the casting perspective, how did you decide like who's gonna?
I'm really lucky because I have taken, you name a class, I probably have taken. And one thing about LA, like all the artists here are multifaceted. They do
Right.
several things, you know what I mean? So one character I may know for acting, but I know they also low-key direct.
Oh, okay.
One character I may know writes, but has interest in acting, so I can give them a small part. So first it was like just figuring out Joy I took class with. Joy plays Shauna. And I took class with her, and she was a powerhouse in class, and we instantly connected, like just on some soul sister type stuff. We instantly just our personalities vibe. And then the girl who plays Bridget, I met her on set of a short film that I was producing, and she was PAing on. She was like just being a production assistant. But I learned that she's like a fierce wordsmith. Like she writes so crazy. And then I learned that she also could act. So those was my first two. I was like, okay, let me just get my homegirl situation set up, right? Like, let me see what's in my Rolodex that I can kind of pull from for the cast. And then whoever I didn't know personally that could fulfill a role, I reached out and I got together with my producers and we set up casting calls.
Oh, cool.
So there was like, I want to say 65% of the cast had to audition.
And tell the people how long did this process take before you even start shooting? Because some people don't know, bro.
I like me. I don't have no idea.
The casting process, that took about, I want to say it took about 3 weeks because we did it in phases. You have phase one where we did everything through self-tapes for the most part.
Oh, okay.
Because at the end of the day, this was still through COVID that we're trying to do this through. This is 2020, 2021, I think. And so we had the hardest character to fill was Bryce. I saw maybe 22 Bryces.
Dang. Potential Bryces.
Like that. Yes, maybe like 10 callbacks. It was just a really, really hard role to fill. I found that the women that I was trying to cast, Mama Joyce was really hard to cast as well. Because I was emulating my mother, and my mother is a round the way girl. She's a home girl more than a mom, so I was trying to kind of get that element. And even though Mama Joyce isn't so much homegirl vibes, she gave the purity of what my mom kind of bring to the table. And then for Bryce, back to Bryce, you needed the look as well, because it's the whole leading man thing, you know.
Yeah.
So sometimes you
Presentation.
had, sometimes you had the emotion, but not the look. Sometimes you had the look, but not the emotion. And then I almost missed the one who actually plays Bryce. I remember going through the Bryces. I got desperate. I was like, I'm gonna just look through the submissions one more time. And me and the team were so tired of like, do you like this guy? Do you not? Okay, no, I don't, blah, blah. And then I realized that there was one tape I had not opened that was submitted, and it was his. And I was like, if he
Shout
had
out to
the
him.
look,
That's what's up.
right? He had the look. It was like, okay, he's handsome, he's tall, you know what I mean? And then that's so messed up to hear yourself say, but that's what I needed for this particular thing to kind of get off this kind of F nigga type vibe, you know. And I saw his audition tape, sent him a call back. He turned everything around really, really quickly. Really great audition. And then the other person that we loved was Jared, the guy who plays Jared in the season. He was going to be Bryce, but we were like, he's too nice.
Oh.
He is too nice. His audition was solid. It was beautiful, but he just came across sweet. I'm like, they're not going to think you really doing me wrong. So we ended up putting him with Jared, which is great because we'll see him develop more in season 2.
Okay, that's
how
good.
Did you get the word out in terms of auditioning?
Oh, well, there's different platforms that you use. So there are different like casting platforms. There's one called Backstage that you can use. There's one that is Breakdown Services, and then you have LA Castings, and people upload their headshots, their resume, and they submit their headshot for the role. And then based off their headshot, you select them and send them sides and give them a certain amount of time to look through the sides, to prepare the sides, and send a tape back to you.
Man, that's what's up. You out here doing it, man. So like, okay, let's get into the behind the scenes, because that's me. Because you know, I like being behind the camera myself, and that's why I was asking you. Like, tell the people how long it takes to like do everything before you hit record, because like because people don't understand. Like, because like I get hired to do like these small contract works, even be like an event or like a music video, something like that. Like people might have like what they want to do, but like they don't understand. Like it literally takes. We got shot by shot. We have to have what we want. It can't just go in there and
just go in there and freestyle.
Yeah,
from A to Z.
From A to Z. Yes.
Okay, so
we don't gotta go to A to Z, but just more so like, yeah.
Okay, so from pre-production to production, like film day. I'll start there. So from pre-production, you had to start with the writer's room. We got 7 episodes. They're about 15 pages a piece, 13, 15 pages a piece. So that's a whole process, right? That took about, we're not even going to count the days that I started writing, right? I'm just going to count from the writer's room.
I'm about to say, because writing is just rewriting. It's just rewriting.
Alone, I'll say it was about 7 to 8 weeks for the revising that took place in the writer's room, right? From past that point, we get out of that. It took me about 3 weeks to make a solid crowdfunding campaign where I did all this research. I had to figure out like what campaigns work, which ones don't, you know, and why do they work. So I did all this research, put out my campaign. That ran for a month, right? We hit our goal in 3 days, but then we added a stretch goal. And so the campaign stayed open for a month. And it's not just, oh, you have a crowdfunding campaign, you just put the link out and let it sit. No, you marketing it every day. You're reaching out to old classmates. You're reaching out to old teachers, neighbors. You're pretty much trying your best to recoup all this money and get people to buy into this dream that you have of making this project. So we'll say crowdfunding between creating and seeing it through 2 months, right? So we already have 4 months alone. Then I was super ambitious. So I was trying to do pre-production for this thing for like a month, which is audacious because how big the project was.
Right.
We had 17 cast members. We had 5 directors.
Mhm.
We have 4 producers, and a plethora of locations and a bunch of other things that needed to be figured out. Right now, I had to vet the directors. So the different directors pitched, unless I offered it to you. A couple of them I just offered some episodes to. I had to have constant meetings with my production team. So I had a producer for cast, a producer for crew, a producer for locations, and then there was me who was the
bro.
general.
All that's
Yeah,
fun though. That's fun for me. Like all that stuff
it's
is fun.
fun,
So like,
but it is
yeah,
a lot.
it's a lot of
It is
work.
a lot
Yeah,
of work, right?
yeah,
So everybody had their individual tasks that they had to see through.
Mhm.
And then Larry was my showrunner, which was
Shout out to
such
Larry
a
McGee.
blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a blessing because he does this on a bigger level, as a assistant director, and he did Pose and Billionaires and some Billions, a bunch of other amazing things. So we work well because I'm coming from the indie world where you have to know how to be resourceful, and he's coming from that world where everything is big. So we were off. He would have to pull me up a little, and sometimes I would have to pull him down, which made things great for us to kind of meet in the middle for what this level of a production needed and required. So I want to say we were the producers, like actually finding locations, getting together with wardrobe, making sure our actors had their availability straight and clear, and we would have no obstacles there. All that took about 2.5, 3 months. So we're talking about 6 to 8 months.
But that's how in the industry, that's how long it take though, for real. It take up to 10 months to write to film a movie. And you was doing the show, like, so.
Absolutely. And then we had 10 production days, like of actual film days, and they were long days. They were 12-hour days.
Yeah, you mentioned Larry and Josiah, it's TSU homecoming. I'm fresh off homecoming. And I seen Larry on Friday. So I seen him at the pep rally, and I'm like, bro, I'm about to have Hope on the podcast, bro. And then they're talking about your show, and he's, Larry, he's like, as executive producer, I could come on too. You know what I mean? Yeah, Larry be talking. So I wanted him to get on, but I think he was being with family and traveling back to California today.
Yeah, I know he's commuting back today.
A lot happening, but hopefully we can get both of y'all on for season 2 or something like that. That'll be fun. So, but no, what was I about to ask you? Talk about like what you learned mostly about like working with women. With like working with women mostly. I mean, you did have Larry, you had some other guys there. I seen your brother's name on the credits too. So kind of because you're moving, I want to tell the people like you're moving towards getting more black male writers. And for one, I want to say you're doing a really good job of putting people on and open up doors, because like you got original music, you got all these people that you're doing casting calls for black people, like you're getting black writers, you trying to put the males on. So like that in itself is dope. So I want to like give your flowers for that. But to my question, so you've been knowing Jenaé since not Jenaé. Jamise. You've been knowing Jamise. You've been knowing Jamise since TSU, and then even knowing Victoria for a little bit lesser time. So kind of dive into the writer's room a little bit for us, or kind of share what you can of like what was the most challenging times, and then what kind of then on the flip side, what kind of made you decide, let's bring in some more male writers for this new season?
The season 1 was small writers room wise. It was small and sweet, and it worked good for us because it was just so intimate. And for this type of content, you have to be willing to share your personal experiences.
Wow. Yeah.
Because me and Jamise were already homegirls, you know what I mean? Like super close. We know each other's business anyway, and then me and Victoria also building that type of intimate friendship. It worked perfectly. It's, sometimes it's easier for you to trust the other person in the room when like one person. So I think me and Jamise already knowing each other, I think that also allowed for Victoria and Jamise to kind of connect quicker too, because there's a
mutual
mutual energy in the room that they kind of respect, and we all have like our individual loving relationships. So the intimacy of working with women, I don't have to pull for that. Like women just will naturally tell you, this is what I went through, this is how I felt, blah 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 blah. And then, you know, being able to elaborate and expand on our different experiences was so helpful for building out season 1, because it was from the female's perspective. One of the challenges were me and Jamise were always on opposite ends of how we thought like certain characters should go in their story. So a lot of times,
Victoria, I like how like pretty much none of y'all won. None of y'all won. I mean, yours did kind of like, it was a little teaser. Yeah, it was resolved. It was resolved. Like you had a resolve.
Yes,
but I like how nobody won. Like for real, easy for nobody.
Me and Jamise were always arguing in the Reddit room. No, she wouldn't do this. Yes, she would. No, she wouldn't say this. Yes, she would. So a lot of times Victoria would be like the middle ground, and she would be like the tiebreaker. Like I agree with Jenaé on this one, or I agree with Jamise on this one. So that's kind of like how our dynamic was set up. A lot of intimate sharing, and then with season 2. Trying to this season I have 3 women and I have 3 men in the writers' room. So
shout out to Rook. I know Rook in there.
So there's like 3 OGs. That's what I call the women, because we've been there from the start, and the 3 young G's, and they hate that, the guys. They hate these young G's. So I guess they're 2 live crew. That's their new
That's funny. So y'all meet weekly? Do y'all meet weekly or
we do meet weekly. We meet sometimes twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays virtually, like we're doing right now. And then we might meet once a week. It just depends on how much needs to be kind of sorted out.
I got you.
Like if we can do one day that week, but do 3 hours, or if we have to meet twice that week, we'll do 2-hour sessions.
So are you giving episodes to different people and then you guys come together?
So what happens is, you know, I spoke a little bit about in season 1, I kind of came with the story, like the bones of the story already figured out, which character was going to be dealing with what, you know, so
you got the story arcs already there.
I had all of that there. We just had to get there. We just had to fill in holes.
I got you.
This season is different because we're really creating something as a group from literally the bones up. You know,
because season 2 is the end, and you need to go from there. Oh, that's tight. Okay, I like it. That's
so
tight.
It's a good time for everybody who is just coming on board, because they're a part of creating what this season is really truly going to look like. Like they're not just starting from like, we have some things already developed that we have to continue, but they have a lot of say in like where we go. So having the male dynamic has been it has been really, really interesting, because even when I was taking writing submissions for the male writers, one very different thing for men and how they tell stories is very, I don't want to say surfacey, but it's heady.
That's the logic. The logic comes from up here. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
Right. And our message is heart-based.
Yeah.
So the 2 dynamics merging together are perfect because they are heady and they're thinking about certain things. So certain things that we may think are good and predictable, they'll be like, let's flip it on its head and change it around and that. But then the women still come in with the heart, but she has to feel. So like, it's just been working out so beautifully.
That's how you got it.
Yeah. All right. Let's say I've never heard of the show.
Okay.
How would you market the audience to go watch?
How would I market the audience? What do you mean?
Episode 1 got 12K views. That's all you gotta say.
It has a lot of views.
That's on the 13K.
Oh yeah, 13 now. That's awesome. Okay, that's great. That's dope.
Yeah, how would you sell the people like to go watch this
That's
show?
A good question, because you already did the campaign and it's already out. So like
well, that's that typically hasn't been that hard because I'm still doing that as I meet people as I go. I'm like, have you ever heard of soul ties? And most people be like, no, or yeah, and if they say no, I explain to them what a soul tie is, and they're like, oh, I think I got one of those. And I'm like, I actually wrote a show about it. Like, it's on YouTube, it's free to watch, blah, blah, blah. Like, me and my friends,
personal touch first.
together. Yes. And
Got
then
the elevator pitch down peg.
Oh, for sure. Listen, I've had like the most interesting talks with men about it. Sometimes, like when I was first starting, I'd be more excited to share with the women because I felt like they would be excited.
Of course.
But when I tell you the men be excited, because they be like, "Oh, I get it," because I have one with this girl and that. So, like, I'll give you an example. I was talking to my GM at my job, and he had stumbled across a TikTok that I had made to market the show.
I've seen that on one of the comments.
Yeah. It brought me here. Yeah.
That's hard.
So it was great. And so it was like 6 in the morning, and he emailed me like, yo, Jay, I'm up. And he was like, this might be weird, but I'm scrolling through TikTok. And I see your little heartbreak story, how you turned it into a web series. And he was like, I didn't even know. I work in hospitality, right?
I got you.
He was like, I didn't even know that you was going through all that you did all this. And then when I had a chance to really sit down with him, he was like, I had a soul tie. And he told me how it only lasted 6 months, but how she was the most impactful person he's ever come across in his life. Now, he's married, he's got kids. And I'm assuming this isn't, the same person. But the way that he was able to relate and how passionate he was about it. And that's a corporate person. You know what I mean? And he instantly got it. And then he was like, I'm going to check you out. Now, he had already been so helpful to me in the production process. I don't think he realized the magnitude of what I was trying to do. They had donated a location for us to use. And
that's nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's love.
But he didn't realize, like, so many people say I'm doing stuff and then maybe it's not of quality or it's not, at a certain standard, and people like, yeah, they say they doing something. They ain't really doing nothing. But when he saw it, he was like, oh, you really was doing something. I'm like, yeah, I really wasn't playing. But that's what I mean when I say like small elevator pitches, and then also doing little marketing things through TikTok and stuff, and just kind of pulling on people's heartstrings about that attachment. It works.
Kind of talk about what you just mentioned at the end of this, where you kind of how can you decipher haters versus criticism, and then how do you like learn from like what people are kind of telling you, and is it for growth, or are you just hating, bro?
That's a great question. One thing that I saw Kobe say when he started doing film, he was like,
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bean, man.
Kobe Bean. No, I just watched a Netflix doc about the Redeem team.
Okay, right.
The mama energy is here, bro.
The mama energy is everything. So one of the things that he said when he started, he has I believe an Oscar for his short film.
Yeah, the animation.
Yes. And he was saying that one thing his team put together like this awesome short film, blah, blah, and he put it in front of them like, now, why doesn't it work? What could people say about it? Like, they were hype about it. The film was already ready to go, whatever. He's like, okay, now tell me why. What's wrong with it? Like, what doesn't work? What little loopholes could be there that maybe we're not even thinking about that people could criticize? And how he uses the criticism to push him into being the best in every area. And I kind of look at it the same way now for Soul Ties. I knew that it was a learning curve.
Yeah.
I knew that this was the biggest project that I've ever done as the head of it. And I knew that we weren't going to get everything right. One, our budget was low.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's the first rodeo. You can't be insecure overnight. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. So really, it's a proof, more so a proof of concept. But the fact that we could raise money and we could make something of quality with the small means that we had. Imagine if we had a big budget, what that would look like. So we welcome the feedback and the criticism, and to decipher between the two. I think you kind of know, at least I know, it kind of has a negative connotation to it. And like, there's a difference between somebody saying, that audio sucked, it was terrible, I'm never watching this again, to somebody saying, you know, I like the show, the audio was a little low in this area. Okay, that's the area that we can improve. That's a budget thing more than anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
you get a better mic. Yeah, it's okay.
Get a better mic. Person, you know,
you gotta get a boom mic and be good. Yeah,
exactly. Sometimes she just said, I need to get my money up. Okay, got you. I'll go work on that. You know?
They don't even know they're saying that.
Like, that person's like, I'm done. I'm never coming back. Like, this is trash.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, now you hate. Yeah, you hate.
You just hating because like it's not trash. Like there may have been a little pocket that could have been improved, but
yeah, that's what everything. I mean, I find myself always finding stuff I don't like in shows and TVs that I love evenly. So it's like it's always gonna be something that somebody don't like. People gonna be people.
Exactly. And then some stuff is a matter of taste. Too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like some stuff just might not be your taste. Maybe it's not terrible. Maybe you're just not into that content.
Facts. It might not just be your bag.
Yeah.
Nah, for real. Because I mean, to your point, I'm not really into web series like that because one, I don't like go fishing for them, and then two, like if I would say this, if I found a show that I really liked, then I would like watch it faithfully. Because sometimes those YouTube parodies be funny, but then like they'll like create something on their own and be like really funny. So sometimes it really be funny. But like you said, it'd be crazy if you get like a YouTube series on like a Hulu type budget. You could go crazy. So.
What? You have access to better casting. You have access to better directors, better writers, better like resources. Like, or I won't say better writers. I will say
I was gonna say that too because it could still be y'all. But at the same time,
like, I would change my writers. Like wherever I go, I want all my writers with me. Like I love my writers. But
maybe you can have like a consultant. You can have a consultant like Dan Gilroy is like one of my favorite writers. Like he's cold.
And I love Larry Whitmore. He's mentoring the girls. So
so that's dope. Yeah. So what you're doing is kind of we can actually transition because I want to talk about the Woman King with you and kind of the transition is like you doing all this stuff behind the scenes, the production, and your acting. That takes a toll on like your wherewithal, and I'll say that to say like that's dope, and like to relate it to what Viola Davis is doing because I seen a clip of an interview right after the movie came out, and she's like, "Yo, Hollywood ain't gonna do this, bro. We had to do this, bro. Me and my husband did this. And it's like I put on these actors, bro. They ain't gonna have no roles like this unless we give it to them. So like that's what makes me like that's I get that vibe from what y'all are doing and for Soul Ties. Absolutely. And I'll say this too. Have you seen the show Barry on HBO?
I haven't seen that, but I know
I won't say that it's the exact same show to what you're doing, but I get the feels a little bit because Barry's like it's like a dark comedy type of show. Like he's a ex-military dude and he's like a serial killer, but he falls in love with acting, and then he wants to act, but he finds himself always in these situations trying to kill somebody. It's crazy, but like kind of like you and your character, like we got up to the monologue at the end or whatever, but she, like at the same time the everyday things like you're going through the stuff. That's what kind of made me think about Barry the show. But let's fast forward to a Woman King. So what did you think about the Woman King? Did you expect it to be that great? It's already better than Black Panther to me, and probably the sequel too. But like,
dang, man, it came out.
I'm coming out as head, bro. Woman King was hard, bro. I was not expecting that type of movie.
Really good. It was really good.
I loved it. I thought that it was amazing. I went to see it with a bunch of Black people out here. And
that's tight.
And that's the one that's something all in itself, ain't it? Like it's 10 of us, it was men and women, and I was just so enthralled by the acting. Yeah, oh my God. Like it was riveting. You couldn't take your eyes. Like I love actors that act with their eyes. They don't gotta say anything. They are putting it down. And Viola,
she's great at that.
She is great.
Viola and the woman who played her daughter.
I'm about to look up the cast.
I think it's like Thuma or something.
I know. Yeah.
Mhm. I saw her in the Underground Railroad, directed by Barry Jenkins as well, and she was the lead there. She was riveting. And so I think what I love the most about the Woman King is that they were the dominant characters in the story, and the king low-key a little feminine.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, hey,
John
Boyega
Boyega.
hard though. I like him.
No, he did his thing,
His
but
role was good. Like he played the perfect.
I
He was
think his
perfect for that.
character was by design.
Yeah,
Like I think
exactly.
that was what it
Exactly.
was supposed to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
And kind of like flipping that on its head, where usually the king is so masculine. No, he came in. He has this soft swag.
Yeah, he was smooth. It was like a hippie king.
He looked like a 2020, 22
Yeah. With the hair and everything. Yeah.
And then the women are like so buff. And one of the things that was exciting about the Woman King too was just like being able to research into their process. And the woman who was the director, Blythewood, I think it's her last name, and she was
Gina Bryce Wood.
Thank you. She
Gina
was also
Prince by the Wood. Yeah.
She was the director of Love and Basketball. So
Correct.
This is like completely different on her spectrum of things. She did something recently with it was on Netflix. Kiki and Thornton. I can't remember her last name, but she had an action film on Netflix not too long ago. So she may just be going this way. But I saw that the director was actually working out with the cast, because the women had to go through that like tedious workout.
Yeah, you got to train for that, bro.
Yeah, to get to the point.
That's all I'll say. It ain't no typical Marvel movie, bro. This is real.
No, not even exactly. It was real. So the fact that she was in there with them, getting down to the gritty, being a warrior with them, and like building up in that process, I thought that was amazing. Because to have a director, having 5 directors on Soul Ties, you get to really witness different processes. And the directors that are hands-on with you, willing to get down in the mud with you, get dirty with you, be on these crazy time crunches with you, like those I feel like were my better episodes. So to see Gina, I'm saying her first name right?
Yeah, Gina Prince by the Wood. I don't understand that last name, By the Wood. When I seen By the Wood, I was like, "Is that the production company name?"
But it's
no, that's
her last name. By the Wood.
By the Wood.
This is still gold, but it makes sense why her cast performed the way that they did.
When I seen Lashana Lynch's character, bro, I was like, bro, they didn't use her right in Captain Marvel, bro, because she cold, bro.
Yeah,
she cold. And then
really
and then she came back at the end and she got shot. Like I knew it was gonna happen, but I was like, dang,
I wanted her to keep running.
I was like, nah, bro, I kind of knew it was coming, bro, because like it got to the point. It got to the point where it was like, yo, I'm gonna keep helping, because like she had the point of no return when she was in the jail cell. She was about to kill herself, bro. So like at that moment where she like at the character arc part, like where she got to where she was supposed to go, and then she died. It was like a false victory, is what they call it. So it's like I was like, yo, it's so crazy.
And it was crazy too, because she was training them to not go back. Like you don't go back. You gotta keep.
Yes. Well, I thought she was gonna keep going.
Yes. And she went back and died.
She went back and died because it was so deep for the young one. The young one needed her, bro.
Yes, but no. I think this is my theory. I think the young one was gonna get out either way, because she had that romance with
the dude.
Biracial
bro, with the light skinned brother.
Yeah. I was like, damn, she probably would have made it out anyway.
I like how they did Viola character too, how like she's the leader, but like her bylaws or the way she goes about things, it could be over the top, and then it ended up being over the top because it was like the daughter that she thought that she didn't have or something like that. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. And then
Yeah.
when she
She gave it
found out,
away.
yeah, when
Gave
she thought it
away.
gave it away. Yeah, that was so crazy how it came back because she was like,
Yes.
"Don't be messing around with this light skinned dude." You know what I mean? And then it came like everything in that movie was connected. I love how like
everything.
in the script where like every word or every action it makes sense, and without it, it ain't gonna make sense. So like,
Exactly.
yeah.
The fact that the daughter even found her way to Viola and
Mhm.
they had that same warrior spirit, that
Mhm.
was dope.
I'm gonna definitely buy that movie on Blu-ray. Because
Yeah.
and I don't be buying movies
Blu-ray.
like that. I'm gonna definitely buy that joint. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I went to the movies to see it because I mean I like Viola Davis, you know.
Same.
She's in a lot of good stuff. And then I didn't know it was gonna be that good, bro.
I
And
think
I was like, dang, this
yeah.
is deep, bro. I
It
like
was
from my
good.
understanding, Viola's character was the fictional character, but most of the time, I guess you
Was
say most of everything else was
real.
true.
Yeah.
That's what I read. So
Interesting.
yeah. But I
When
mean, at the same time, you gotta make it Hollywood in a way because
Absolutely.
we're
Yeah, it's
Americans.
got to be cinema.
we're Americans.
Americans, man, I'm telling you, bro. Like sometimes some stuff that we like, I'll just be like, why we like this stuff, right?
Like the juice. I like it.
Yeah.
I need it. I like it.
When I was watching it, I feel like they can go further. Like it looked like it could be like an anime the way the way the writing was
If it
and the
was
plot and
anime,
all that
that'd
stuff.
be crazy.
I
Like
could
a
see
black
that.
anime. Yeah.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
That
That
could
would
be
actually be
crazy.
incredible. That'd be dope.
If they did a spinoff and it like a
Viola
series,
Davis in anime. That's crazy.
but you will have to use the same characters. Like
Yeah.
it has to be the same women and use the voices. Like, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good idea, Josiah. Look at Josiah, man.
Because it's always like at the beginning of the show, it's like they always go the flashbacks and how she
Yeah.
gave away the kid, and they always came back.
Yeah, and you can bring the Lashonda character back too for flashbacks too.
That's
yeah,
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
I love the woman who played Viola's like right hand man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she super
Oh,
tall.
the lady. She was in Black Panther, right?
Ooh.
One of them was in Black.
No,
I know
one
you-
of them was in the new Doctor Strange movie.
Okay.
And then the one of them,
That's
and I think
probably
one of them was in the Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was in Underground.
They don't be using these actors right, bro. I'm like, man.
Ah!
And Marvel, me and Josiah talk about Marvel all the time, and like I just be like, bro, they have these great actors, but they don't be using them correctly, in my opinion.
Man, they just created a formula. They just use the same.
Yeah.
They just plug it in. Yeah, they just plug it in.
Is okay. Speaking of formula, I do want to talk about this too, like current film or current TV shows that are black or black led or black created. Do you feel like it's not broad enough? Because I feel like a lot of shows are typically the same, where it's like heavy drama filled, or it's
Drug
like
shows.
crime, drug related music, or if it's lighthearted, it's like family or kids. It's not like
okay.
So
I do. You were gonna say one last question.
Well, I was gonna say, what do you think was missing? Because when Lovecraft Country was out, I was like, okay, we getting a sci-fi about black people, but at the same time, it was set in that time where they're reminding us about racism and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, where's the fine line? And then kind of like, what, in your opinion, because you're out in LA, you're doing the thing. So what do you think?
Well, Hollywood got that whole business thing. Like they try to constantly redo what works. So you see so many things that try to kind of be like an Insecure or an Atlanta.
Or Atlanta. I was gonna say Atlanta or
Snowfall.
Or Atlanta.
Empire. Or Snowfall. And everybody wants to have that It Black show on their network, like the It Black show that works on the other network. You know what I mean? So I think that it's just a little bit harder, as you guys know, for us to like push through original ideas. Even Quinta having an elementary school.
Abbott. Yeah.
I love that show though. That's
the last 2 episodes has been hilarious.
I haven't watched the new season yet, but I like
season. Go on age.
That could be like The Office because it's a school, and then
that could go like 10
you can
Yeah,
go
you
like,
get
yeah.
kids, you can get new teachers, like
you get new principal and all that, yeah. Or she could go to another school.
Like there's so many just different things that can kind of go through. Like
I might watch that tonight. That show's funny,
bro. To pull that off,
is for real
amazing in this climate. But I do feel like a lot of magic type stuff is what's missing from some of the content that we are putting out. Like for instance, American Horror Story for the most part was predominantly white. So there's that. But then we have expanded in some ways, because I know you mentioned Lovecraft Country, and yes, it's civil rights, but that also did deal with like witchcraft and like magic,
and futuristic stuff, like with the space woman. Man, that was cool.
That was cool for us. We didn't want to go on the
I'm tired of being reminded that we are around white people who are racist. It's okay to like do other things. So
trauma related,
like every it's almost like almost everything you see, it's like it has to have some type of, I mean, that's the world we live in, I guess, but I want to see more fictional type of realms.
We want to pull out of those.
That's why I like Nope.
It was, Nope was different, Nope was different.
I enjoyed Nope. I did. It was a slow build for me, but I liked it.
They didn't resolve it at the end like I thought they would, but I enjoyed being in the theater that night.
Yeah, me too. Like I had a good time.
I enjoyed being in the theater. I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah. That was good. I just like to see more diversity in like themes of the shows. Like I really enjoyed Succession on HBO. And like, what if that was a black family, bro? A dynasty
type of situation. Well, they gave us Greenleaf, which was a dynasty type of situation, but
church.
I didn't watch Greenleaf though. I think my mom watched. I think my mom
watched it. I have never watched an episode.
Yeah, I don't be on Harpo. I don't be on Tyler Perry stuff.
With the O network or something.
Yeah. Though, like I don't.
Are you guys a Game of Thrones, House of Dragons type of duo?
Facts. Yeah, fantasy, like Marvel, DC.
Yeah.
I mean, but like when it gets like serious stuff, like Wes Anderson, Woody Allen films, Christopher Nolan. I mentioned Dan Gilroy. Like those. Like I like when it gets serious, but then like I don't know. I like a little bit of everything. But
I like sci-fi. I like Ready Player One.
Okay.
Okay.
I like a little sci-fi. I think I like a little bit of everything except for action. I've never really just gone all the way into action for some reason.
I used to.
If you want an action movie with a good story, watch the movie Heat. It's a little long, but watch the movie Heat. It's a 90s movie with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Oh, okay.
Or Jason Bourne. The Bourne.
Dan Gilroy, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yes, what I'm saying.
It's one of those things where like I don't go looking for it, but if I sit in front of it, I'll be like, I like it. You know?
But the ones Josiah mentioned, and then the one I just mentioned,
and Jason Bourne.
Yeah, the Bourne. It's called The Bourne Identity. It's like 4.
It has like 4 movies in it.
But the stories are really good in those. So it's really good writing. That's why I always look for is something with really good writing that like that I'm gonna have to go back to, or it like boggles my mind a little bit. Then that's what I'm into. So
I have a question. Did you guys watch the Mike show on Hulu?
The Mike show?
The Mike Tyson? No, I didn't watch it.
I boycotted because they didn't use my they didn't,
I know.
I mean, and I thought Jamie Foxx was gonna do something with
that's why I didn't watch. I was confused.
He's supposed to, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Trevante Rhodes did an amazing job.
It's a good show.
Oh, for real?
It's done really well. I hate that they couldn't get on one accord because it was really done well. But I can understand why, because one of the episodes does paint him to be terrible. So.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time,
he was on that.
Yeah. At the same time, when you bring people on to like be a part of what you're doing for them, they ain't gonna want too much of the negative energy.
That's very true.
Like that's the whole like you see the Kanye documentary. I feel like if Kanye had more hands on, it wouldn't have been so deep. you know. And
Yeah,
I compared that to the Janet Jackson doc. The Janet Jackson doc was cool, but it was a little bit too.
it was shallow.
It was missing
Yeah,
a
that's
lot.
what
It
I'm
was missing a
saying.
lot.
Yeah, I was like, come on, I'm trying to see you more of like.
Didn't you used to be a Kanye like super fan? back in the day?
Yo, jeez, it's so weird.
Jeez.
Oh god, this guy puts you through a whirlwind
No,
because
he
he's the most. He's like one of the most talented people on earth, but he does stuff like, what are you doing? You know. So
I know.
what took me over the edge was the White Lives Matter thing. Like I was like, I don't know if I still like this dude. Because what are we talking about, bro? Like, of course, the organization is very different from the sentiment of Black Lives Matter because you know, bro, George Bush don't care about black people. Come
And that
on,
needs
bro.
to be. I wish he would just say that. Like he's
Nah,
not
he
even
trolling. He trolling.
just make the distinct difference between the two so
He
that we
trolling,
could not
bro.
be killed. Thank
He
you.
trolling because this new line is out. Like everything,
Yep.
everything he puts out creatively, he has to do something mind-boggling, and I don't understand it because you're Kanye West. You don't have to do anything.
You could just drop it and go home.
And it'll
That's
do
what I'm
fine.
saying, and it'll be do
And it'll do
fine.
fine.
Follow the footsteps of Beyonce Knowles, bro.
Come on.
She puts out a video, and that's it. And it might
she
be a
gets
Tiffany's
there.
commercial, but it might be a music
Yep.
video, but it's hard.
The Ivy Parker, she just dropped it.
That's what I'm
Drop
saying.
it.
And I'm going home, bro. I'm not gonna say anything. I ain't gotta say nothing about Jay. I ain't gotta say nothing about anything else.
Exactly. Even she had so much beef centered around Renaissance using different samples, and she just
with the whole spaz lyric and stuff. I was like, come on, y'all. It's
But she
Beyonce, bro.
I was like, okay, it's a problem. Blah, 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 move
Right.
on.
But
You
she
know,
don't speak on anything. She just
she
does
don't
what
say-
she gotta do.
She don't say nothing.
Problem
man.
solved, my nigga. Like,
And I know that is a skill in itself to be able to
No.
just be like, I'm not gonna say nothing.
but Beyonce got a team, and then when Kanye he was starting, he wasn't no manager, he didn't want
Yeah.
nobody. Like
Out of
he was-
control.
I was just like,
Get
bro,
shit.
He used to be
he's
like,
so talented. Nah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I was a Kanye stans, bro. Like people at my old job used to get on me about because the whole Trump thing and slavery was a choice thing. And
Oh, he did say that,
you
bro.
know,
That's crazy.
he be doing these things, but then he puts out some cold Yeezys. It's like, what are we doing? Bro?
I know. I can listen. I feel for y'all who
It's
are
weird to listen to his music, like for real.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
It's
He has a
hard.
couple of things that I'm like, I like this, and then I'm like,
Yeah. Like creatively it's dope, but like, bro, you have literally lost touch of everything because
exactly
being a billionaire, being around the Kardashians, it's like it'll literally take you off this planet.
It took his mind.
Nah, for real, it's really sad. Dang.
Yeah, it is. I feel terrible for you because I know how much.
Nah, for real, he made 808 heartbreak, bro. Like, hey.
He made 808 heartbreak.
Devastation. That's how I would feel. Beyonce went nuts. I would be like, "What? What's happening?"
I think the world would go nuts if Beyonce.
If Beyonce went nuts, you know how many people would have just be on Twitter just like, she didn't mean it this way.
Because people be defending Ye left and right.
Yeah. They do.
The high gonna go crazy.
If you ever click on those people, they're weird. So I'm just like,
nah, for real. And hopefully Beyonce would just be the sweetheart that she is. And,
hopefully. I mean, I hear things, I'm sure she's a trip too.
She's a billionaire. I always say this. You got to be borderline psychotic to be a billionaire because they're already at this level. Why would you even want more of the adoration, more of the worship, more of the money, more of everything? So I feel like it don't solve anything to do more. And when you're a billionaire, you're leaving out groups of people who need it, and you can't argue that. So at the same time, it's like, Beyonce, you could just not do anything else.
You could. I hope she don't. Like, I haven't been to her tour yet, and I need to go. So
next summer, right? The Renaissance.
Next summer, that's the rumor.
That's how I feel about Jay-Z. I want him to do one more tour.
Yeah,
I've never seen him in concert.
Like, bro, they're gonna get a lot more money when they do that, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's the more I'm talking about. Like, I just worked. I worked the Elton John show here in Nashville.
Yeah,
some of the tickets were outrageous, bro. Like 50 G's to be behind the stage with them and hang out with them. Be on there like somebody that came in and said he paid like 12 G's for his tickets, and it was like 4 people with him.
Bro,
but that's his audience.
You could have went to like 4 different.
Now, Elton John, I could see Beyonce doing that because Elton John had everybody there.
But
black people,
Elton
white
John
people.
got the billionaires that love him, like the
Yeah, that's what I'm
millionaires that love him.
saying.
Like,
That's true.
That's what
he
I'm
has
saying.
like
I could
What's 12
see.
G's to 500 million? That's
I
not.
could see
That's a cup
Beyonce
of coffee,
doing that
man.
though.
Come on.
I could see Pharrell or Beyonce being that level when they 75 years old.
I
Like,
don't know, black artists do that. I don't know.
Should be the
the
first.
Isley still going. Josiah,
Yeah,
he
they
related
still
to
be
him.
going.
Josiah's
They still be
related.
going. They don't be charging like that.
Josiah
Right.
related to these
That's
niggas. He
what I'm
know.
saying, the price. I did see that Isley brother picture. I was like, what?
Yeah, Josiah's wife is a grandchild of the Isley brother, Ron.
Yeah, Ronald.
Random is that and amazing at the same time.
I mean, Josiah went to Howard, so he could run into anybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
explain a lot.
Josiah ran into a little bit of everybody.
Okay.
But yeah, this was a good episode. Can you tell the people what can we expect for season 2 and where they can find Soul Ties, where they can find you?
Okay, well, you can find me on Instagram at Jenaé Hope _. You can find the Soul Ties series on Homestretch TV, which is a channel on YouTube. Full 7 episodes is up right now, ready to be finished. Also, you can follow Soul Ties the series on Instagram for updates on when season 2 is going to be coming out, which will be in the near future, and you're going to get more drama and more ties.
More drama ties. I'm with it. Hey man, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for putting my guy Ruck on the writers' room. That man, please get on him because he's a talented dude too who needs to be doing more.
That boy is okay. We're working it out though. We're making it happen. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you guys today.
For sure.
Yeah, you got to talk to you before you blow up. So.
I like to say, man. we try.
You gotta have no time.
I blow up.
Yeah, that's our niche. It's like we try to bring people on who's like next up. So we feel like you're one of those people for sure.
Yeah, we the next
I appreciate
podcast.
that. I'm gonna be on the lookout for the podcast. When is this airing?
I'm gonna probably drop it tomorrow, and then I'm gonna drop it on YouTube.
Okay.
It goes on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and then me and Josiah will cut up some clips and put some reels out and stuff.
Oh, excited! Okay, well, tag me so I can repost them, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Send us a good picture for the cover too. Yeah, we got you.
I will. Yeah, let me send y'all.
Yeah, you send your headshot.
Okay, I will.
Nah, this was good talking to you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. Talk soon.
All right, you be easy. Peace. We did it again, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on up in the podcast game.
Dude, you better change their name to the Next Up podcast.
Nah, for real, man. That'd be hard. We got to look and see if
Next up, man. Next up.
Next up, man. We had somebody else on here that was in New York and moved to Cali. I couldn't think of it the whole time when we was recording though.
Oh, your friend that does the fashion.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You need to get Sarah on here, man.
Nah, we do need to get Sarah Sigmund on here. Sarah Sigmund is already on. She's not even next up. She's already next.
She's busy right now.
She's at
Broadway.
She's at bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's out in New York doing the Broadway thing. That'd be cool to bring her on here. Like we said, scheduling is the hardest part. So
I need to get Ari Wiggins on here, man.
We need to bring her back because she's gonna have playing time this year.
Yeah, y'all watch University of Michigan basketball. She's gonna have a breakout season.
Yeah, she'll have a breakout season. She might. I'm thinking about 15 points a game. Hopefully,
that's what I was thinking.
You know what I mean?
She got that dog.
But you got that dog in it. Nah, for real. We've been having some cool black women on here. We have Perez on here, Jenaé Hope on here, Dr. Morgan Thomas, Ari. Yeah, we're gonna keep it going. And y'all stay tuned, man. The Colts won, Josiah.
Ooh, gross. Bro.
We beat Russell Wilson and the Broncos in Denver, bro.
The thing is, we should have lost because Russell Wilson missed that wide open receiver on a slant.
We should have lost because their coach don't even know how to just run the ball. Like you did, like at the end of the game, bro, they did the screen and another run. You got these big gains, and then at the goal line, you're gonna pass.
Don't let Russ cook. Just run.
Hey, I'm about to look.
Carroll tried to tell y'all, man.
I'm about to look
tried
up the
to tell
scores
y'all.
now and see if the Titans and the Jaguars are losing. Because last time I looked, the Titans were
The Titans
losing.
won. The Titans won today.
Oh, they won. They came back and won.
Yeah, I saw that, man.
The Commanders.
I actually wanted the Commanders to win.
I wanted them to win too, bro. Like, they won 21-17.
I mean,
And the the Jaguars lost against the Texans. So I guess
we're having a very mediocre start to the season. We're 2-2-1.
2-2-1, baby.
That's that is disgusting. We have everything. We won, we lost, we tied. I mean,
hey, somebody in the group text was like, "Hey, yo, Jordan, y'all better win or lose because bro, 1, 2, and 2 is nasty."
I wonder when the last time somebody tied twice in the NFL season. That was going to be us, bro.
I don't want that to happen, bro. And we lost JT to God. We lost Naheem Hines, bro.
Hines, bro.
We lost
Naheem Hines, a cheat code, and
but the backups were all right though. I was like,
yeah, we got vets though. We have vets. I was like, I forgot about you.
Pick one of y'all up on my fantasy team, bro. Because we gonna just have to run, bro. Matt Ryan can't throw, bro.
Yeah, like we said last episode, Deacon Dunk, man. Short
he only throw the
screen passes.
He be throwing to Pierce or Pittman every play. I'm like, bro, you got these two big tight ends, dog.
I miss
and Mo Alley Cox and the rookie, bro. Like, I'm like, what do we own here, bro?
We didn't want to spend any money this offseason, so
and we got all this cap space.
Yeah,
it's like bro, what is Ballard doing? Like,
spend money.
We're not getting a yacht here.
I don't know. What are you saving for? Vacation? Lord, you're trying to win games.
Are you trying to save money, bro? For what?
Financial Freedom Institute.
I want us to put the young quarterback in. What's his name? Eason or something like that.
Bro, no.
I don't know his name, but I want him to play because
bring in Cam, bro. If y'all just want to run,
I don't know about that.
Nah, he's kind of washed.
He's done. Yeah. I don't know about that one.
I thought we were gonna go for Deshaun Watson. Honestly, I mean, I know he is ridiculous off the field.
He coming back soon, right? Week 6 or week 8?
Yeah. Let me see the. Yeah.
Wow, bro. He's gonna be back.
The Browns are 2-3.
The Browns are solid. They're gonna be like 500 when he get back and make a push for the wild card.
Jacoby Brissett is Mr. 500. He's gonna get you.
We should have went after Geno Smith, low key. Seahawks been scoring points.
I know,
but we should have went after him, bro. But I mean, we want to always go gold.
Like, bro, let's just get a game manager. Like, we ain't these old big time names, bro.
Missing it, bro.
It's just like the Pacers trying to get Carmelo Anthony to be the leader of the Pacers. He's not that anymore.
You want to talk about the Redeem team, or you want to wait for the next Sunday?
You can talk about Redeem team. Yeah, do a couple 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes. I'm looking at right. Kobe Bryant is a different dude.
I didn't realize he was
a different dude.
I knew he was 30.
Bro,
I didn't know he was 30 at the time.
My thing was when they were going through the beginning of it, I was like, what was Kobe the whole time in 04 and 08? And then, but I was like, but he was going through all that stuff. Yeah. But I had to think about it. And I was like,
people were dropping out. Also, they said Shaq, Tracy McGrady. I was like,
Jermaine O'Neal dropped out, bro.
Yeah,
Jermaine
O'Neal. You should have been there.
I know. You could have been backing up Tim Duncan, bro. What the heck?
I don't understand. Yo, that's why D-Wade was like, why are you calling me?
Bro, LeBron was like, bro, I was ready to turn up with my friends, bro. They called me.
Bro. He's supposed to be a freshman in college.
It's like, bro, I just got done on rookie year, bro. Like, the Cavs didn't make the playoffs or nothing, bro. I think the Nuggets made the playoffs that year, but the Heat didn't either.
I think the Heat did. D-Wade brought him to
when he beat the New Orleans
Davis, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
D-Wade. I didn't realize how young they were, bro.
That was so crazy, bro. They went for the okie doke, bro. They fell for it. They probably like, I could be on the living team. Awesome.
Like, what do I say? No,
they didn't even play them, bro.
Larry Brown, bro.
Larry Brown messing up the Pacers, messing up Allen Iverson's career.
Messing up U.S. basketball.
U.S. basketball, bro. But he's regarded as one of the best coaches ever. It's like, come on, bro.
Because of the Pistons. That's it, bro.
Wow. I mean, he did beat Kobe and Shaq in the finals. That's something to hang
He
around.
probably thought, I'll beat Kobe and Shaq. I can beat Manu Ginobili.
Hey, I like how they like revamped it. It's like, all right, bro, we're gonna be serious. I'm about to get Coach K and we're about to win.
Bro. They were just playing fantasy basketball.
That was so crazy, bro. Hey, but like when the niggas came back in from going out and see Kobe Bryant,
Yeah.
I could just see Kobe Bryant, bro, with the practice jersey tucked in.
He probably saw him walk in through the hotel window. I'm gonna go down right now.
He said, "Bros, I'm at 5. I'm going downstairs." Like what, bro?
Carmelo was all of us.
Bro,
I wasn't going down at 4:30.
4:30.
That's too early.
4:30, bro.
But that's wild though. Like I didn't realize how young they were.
Bro,
They're in their 4th, 5th year in the league. And Kobe just turned 30. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
That was a great time, bro. Like D-Wade was fresh off the championship, bro. Like that was so crazy, bro. Like he was the only young dude in there with a ring, bro. Him and Kobe was like the only dudes in there with a ring for real.
Yeah, and then I think 07. That's when LeBron took the cast to the finals
against Tim Duncan. And then he beat Dwight Howard that year, I think. Yeah. That's so crazy. D-Wade and Kobe was the only ones with rings, bro. Jason Kidd.
Dwight Howard was young. Dwight Howard got drafted in 04 or 05.
Bro, they had Jason Kidd and D-Wade coming off the bench.
Darren
Williams coming off the bench. Bro.
Darren Williams was arguably the best point guard in the league.
And they showed the game when Kobe and LeBron got in foul trouble. D-Wade went off for 18 points, bro. I was like,
I knew I was going to have a big game. It's D-Wade.
I knew I was going. Yes, bro.
I got right to it. That was so funny.
They said bro came in there with number 9 and a bald head. Oh, okay. I see what we're doing.
No, Carmelo's funny, bro.
Yeah, Carmelo was funny, bro. He's just a New York nigga, bro. Bro,
I didn't know D-Wade was coming. He had number 9 and a bald head.
And a bald head. You know what it means, bro. And you know Kobe, bro. He's number 24, and then he's number 10, trying to one up Jordan. That is so hilarious, bro. That is so funny. My favorite part was when they were about to play Powell. And Kobe was like, I know the first play. I'm running through.
I was like, how do you the first play, bro? That's crazy. He was really watching film.
I know where the first play is going to be. I'm about to run through that, man. Powell fell down like, bro, what?
Everybody was like, bro.
That was so funny, bro. He said he came over to the place and said, hey, Kobe in my apartment. Oh, man, that's cool. But looking back on it, he did that to soften me up. That was a Michael Jordan tactic, bro.
No, bro.
Trying
Paul Gasol was killing Dwight Howard.
Bro, him and Marc Gasol was killing him, and Chris Bosh didn't have any answers, bro. If they didn't have Wade and Kobe, they would have lost again.
Yeah, they would have lost, bro.
They would have lost the game.
They closed the game. D-Wade and Kobe.
And after it was over, I looked at Desiree. I was like, you see, it was Kobe and Wade, right? LeBron James, bro. LeBron James, bro. He was in foul trouble.
Oh no, you got 2 fouls, bro.
But that was a crazy doc, bro. Like Kobe Bryant, bro. He's different.
I can't. I don't know why we try to compare the 08 team to the 92 team. It's like,
no.
If anything, it'd be the 2012 team.
Yeah,
that team was.
The way they came together.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, because like Tayshaun Prince is on the roster. No.
When you think about it, bro, like Kevin Durant didn't make that team. He was in the.
He was all young, bro.
He was in the tryouts.
Gilbert Arenas didn't make it.
That's all I'm saying. That was crazy. My thing, where was Gilbert Arenas in 04? Like, where was y'all at, bro?
I don't think Gilbert Arenas was on yet. I think he got on the next. I think he had his breakout season.
The next season. I was like, where are these people at? I could understand if Shaq wanted to sit down. You know what I mean?
He already got. Had, I think he had 1 or 2. He already done
it. He had 3 rings by then. Yeah, but Shaq didn't make the dream team, so I'm thinking Shaq's gonna be at least want to play at least 1 year.
Now he did the 96 year.
Oh, the 96. Yeah, he was.
With
Reggie Miller. Yeah. That team was nice too, though.
I know.
Yeah, but I don't think nobody touching 08 and 12, bro. It's just
2012 is so nasty.
It's just
because Kevin. They had. I remember the 2012 team. It was LeBron,
Melo was going crazy.
Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Anthony Davis.
That was so crazy, bro. I think D-Wade was hurt that season.
And Dwight Howard was supposed to go, then he got hurt. I was mad.
Kobe was on that
No,
one,
Kobe
right?
wasn't. I looked at the roster.
Oh,
Last
Kobe
night.
was just on. Wait, he said he was tired of us losing.
Sorry, y'all.
I'm tired of y'all losing. Kobe came to say the name, bro. He was tired of them losing.
Like, the first practice now on the floor, loose balls,
bro.
Like, oh, okay.
I was like, hey, Kobe's playing defense, bro. Kyrie could not get past him, bro.
Yeah, I was like,
Kyrie's like laughing. I was like, bro, he's being for real, bro. You're laughing.
Yeah, no. But
I know. It's like, dang, bro. They had a crazy team. I remember Dan Williams had a crazy handle, bro. And that 3-point shot was.
I don't know what happened to Darren Williams. He was on the 2012 team. That's when he was still good.
He was on the Nets, and that happened. He was a player that was like, bro, I'm just trying to get paid, bro. Yeah. Like Michael Redd was on the team, looking like Kanye West.
I was like, there's no way you're beating a 92 team, bro. Nah, bro. Yeah, Michael Redd, Carlos Boozer.
Yeah, Carlos Boozer. Boozer was on the team because Coach K was on the team, bro.
Like, yeah, Duke.
They should have had Jermaine O'Neal come, bro.
What was that? 08?
Like the 06 or 8 years, bro.
I'm trying to think.
Jermaine O'Neal was hard, bro.
Kevin Garnett, bro. I mean, he already got
KG he was on the Bronze team.
No,
he was on the 2000 team.
When Vince
Carter and Gary Payton and them, bro. That's so crazy, bro. We've had some solid teams. It's just that bronze year really set us back, and then they lost in the World Championships.
What do you think 2024? You think he'll be on the squad?
Hopefully Steph Curry, because we haven't seen him in a
bro. Like,
USA
come on,
jersey.
bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro. Clay. That's the last thing he need, bro.
Draymond Green was on the last one, so
he don't need to be on there.
Yeah, but he don't need to be on there, bro.
He's gonna be terrible.
When he's Zion Williamson on there, you know what I mean?
Ja Morant, Ant-Man.
You know what I mean?
The young boys.
Trae Young can stay home. Trae Young can stay home.
They probably.
I'm gonna bring in Javonte Murray for him.
They probably Murray, bro.
I'm gonna give Murray, bro. We already got Steph, bro. We don't need you, bro.
Yeah, they probably got Steph, Ja, Ant-Man, Zion.
But we might lose it because Giannis is still out there.
I don't know. Embiid just got U.S. citizenship, so he might.
Ooh.
They said it's out between. He said he'll either play with us or France.
I could see KD coming back for one more time. One last one, bro.
He got like 3. So
one last one. Because like who's gonna dominate with Steph? Like Clay might be on the team, but like he's old.
There's like between 25 and 30, he's just Giannis.
And it's a lot of international stars.
Yeah.
I mean, because we can't have Luka on the team either.
Yeah.
So like that's all I'm saying. KD going to come back one more time, bro.
Yeah, when you think of the best 10 players, it's not a lot.
LeBron James one more time.
No, bro, he's done, bro.
LeBron James one more time, bro.
He's done, bro.
I'm trying to think of the centers, bro. Like we ain't gonna have Jokic, bro.
Probably could be Karl-Anthony Towns.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he has
Anthony Edwards though.
Yeah, man, gonna be there. Anthony Davis.
I don't want Karl-Anthony Towns on the team, bro. Anthony Davis maybe. Karl-Anthony Towns, he come off the bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Karl-Anthony Towns come off the bench, you got a good bench.
That's a crazy, bro. Maybe next. Like I don't know how to think of a 5, bro. Like
they probably gonna they try to bring in Miles last Olympics. So
they probably had your boy Tatum, Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean?
Oh
Marcus Smart might be on the team.
Yeah, we need like somebody that's gonna play defense.
Who would you want to coach, bro? Coach K's probably done. He said, "Bro, I want Kobe, bro. I don't have to do anything."
You need a young coach, man. Not a young coach, but like
he may. I'm just playing.
It could have been him if he wasn't tripping, bro.
You messed up everything.
Messing up your blessings.
Because we haven't had a black head coach, have we? Oh, Doc Rivers. Oh,
we don't know. No.
That's right.
We want to win.
Doc Rivers was the coach, bro.
No, bro. We don't want him.
That Celtics championship got him to heights, bro. Because after that, what were you doing? Because the Clippers
the Clippers should have went to at least one finals. Just between like 2012 and 2016,
I would want somebody like
they got one.
I want somebody like an Eric Spoelstra, bro, or like somebody off of Popovich's tree. Oh, Greg Popovich was the coach. I'm tripping. I'm so sorry.
You think he's still gonna do it?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a new coach, like Steve Kerr.
I can see Steve Kerr, bro.
Steve Kerr, you know. Why not?
But he gonna be asking people to move the ball around.
He just got. I want Eric Spoelstra on the staff, bro. I just like how he coached the team. Bro.
Yeah,
like
me
everybody
too.
play hard.
He's
Like,
bringing he brought Jimmy Butler to the finals.
that's so crazy, bro.
He could have went twice.
I want to say he was on Coach K's coaching staff.
Yeah, I
bro.
saw him on the
Because I saw him on the video. I was like,
Yeah.
Eric Spoelstra's been around championship basketball forever.
Yeah, bro. When you look around, it's like I see why there's winners in there, bro.
So wild, bro. Yeah, but that was a good documentary.
After 08, bro, Dwight Howard went to the finals. I mean, of course, Kobe.
That was the Heat before the Heat too. Like,
yeah,
they look like now I see why people be going to USA Basketball trying to team up afterwards because
like I'm not like
yeah.
I'm not playing Anderson Varejao. I have Chris Bosh.
Well, LeBron said that in the team meeting, bro. He said, "I could be out here all day. I wish I had Chris Paul as my point guard." But
yeah,
I got all y'all now.
bad in Cleveland, bro. Like,
when you look back on it, bro,
it's like Daniel Gibson, like, bro
James was so mad at his teammates. He was so happy to be there, bro.
Bro, yeah, Ilgauskas. He was like, bro, I wish I had Dwight Howard.
He's like, bro, he's like, I wish I had y'all, bro. I got y'all now. I ain't got no excuse.
I mean, he was right, man.
Oh, bro, the whole Ginobili tactic, hilarious.
That was funny. I wish he didn't get hurt, bro.
Yeah,
I would have heard the stories.
I feel like it was too much.
The way it was like after he got hurt, we're like,
oh well. he lost the juice, bro. They let him come back. I was like, hey.
I like how Mike Brady was calling the games.
Yeah, he looked kind of younger in there, but I was like, he been around for a long time too. And Doug Collins. Doug Collins story.
They
bro.
cheated.
I was like, bro, probably just came from the stands like all drunk.
Oh,
hey
no.
man, how many 3 more seconds on the clock? I was looking at it. They had no replay.
Oh no! It was 3 seconds when they brought the ball in the first
The game is over, bro. Who was that dude? I want to know who was, bro.
And it was like in the midst of like,
bro, they threw it all the way down there. It was a foul and everything.
Right, bro.
Bro, he went up for the dunk, bro. Went flying, bro. Foul, bro.
They still shouldn't have got that shot off. Like, bro, protect the paint.
You got to jump and try to deflect.
Like nobody should be down there trying to contest the inbound
It's 3
pass.
seconds left, bro.
Get back.
Knock the ball down. You're fine. What was Doug Collins doing, bro?
Yeah.
It's crazy how they brought that up. I was like, bro, that was so long ago, bro. Like,
I mean, but the people on the team was born in the 80s, so they probably heard about it.
Oh yeah, true. And yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, we ain't gonna get no team like that, bro. We might win the gold. It's gonna be very hard to do it, bro.
Yeah, because we're not gonna have the best three.
We could have
in the world.
Kawhi Leonard if he stay healthy. I don't know.
Shoot,
Paul George.
Yeah. Oh, tripping.
Damian Lillard.
Oh yeah, Dame's gonna be on the team, bro.
CJ McCollum, right?
Dame's gonna be on the team. Brandon Ingram, bro.
Yeah,
LaMelo Ball might be on that team.
I do want LaMelo on that team. The bench with him, bro, and like, and with him and like Zion off the bench.
Yes. John Collins, I heard John Collins.
Okay, we need a center. We need a center. Okay,
it's like a fly.
Miles Turner.
No, Aiden. Does he have U.S. citizenship?
I think so. That would be hard. We need him. He's a champ. Well, he's not a champion, but yeah, we need him. Yeah, I don't want Miles Turner on the team no more, bro. I know Popovich was so mad having him, bro.
Yeah,
remember he was getting ate up by everybody, bro.
The FIBA team.
Yes, the FIBA championship team, bro.
That team was so bad. The FIBA is always with young dudes. I mean, I guess that team was with young dudes, but it just had LeBron, Melo, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, but we'll be all right. This was.
I really just hope Ant-Man's on the team, man. I think he's the
Ant-Man, LaMelo,
the D-Wade disciple.
Zion, like we need those guys. Definitely.
John Morant gonna be it.
Oh yeah, Morant. Jesus, yes.
Jared Jackson might be on that team. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
he's
a lot of young
good
guys
defender,
out there, bro. It's like hey, we'll be all right. But we gonna have problems against Luka.
I think we got problems against France, Australia, and like Canada, especially Canada. They got a lot of players. Bro.
Nigeria team was pretty good last time too. They gave USA some troubles. So
now imagine if Giannis and Embiid was like, you know what, we're back to Nigeria's team. We're gonna lose.
We're gonna lose, bro. We're going to lose. But yeah. But this was a good episode, man. We'll catch y'all next Sunday. I don't think we have a guest. I know Shane trying to get on here, bro.
Shane?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I've been talking to him on Instagram. He just want to come on here and kick it. So
come on, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. We'll catch y'all next Sunday. Y'all be easy.